All right, welcome back to the show, guys. Let's do this. Viewer asked, I think Tamil Gamer again, he asked basically what happens if we go to $44,300 level, will we bounce back to 50k? So let me try and answer this question for you all, and let's move into the main chart and talk about it there, right? Sounds like a plan. Let's have a look and see what goes on. Let's see. Right, also I just want to double check if the feeds are on, if the YouTube yeah, it is there. Lovely. Okay, I was just double checking if we're actually live, and it is, and I was double checking on the thing. So good question, and I think I have an answer for you. Okay, number one thing what you have to look at is, remember we drew these lines, and we drew this and we said we're building support here. Okay, when we were going down, we found resistance here, and when we're going up, we found support here, right? These were support lines, right? So for us, these are very, very important levels, right? When we look at this and we see we've been forming this support here, ignore this. We've been forming a support here, and we've been technically forming a support here. This is good for us, right? So this is the kind of stuff we need to look out for, right? And what you see here in the Bitcoin on the daily, and yeah, we broke this support, but we're kind of holding. We broke it, and then the bulls decided to hold it. So yes, even yesterday you can see it almost attempted to break it, held it, broke it. So this is, even though it's a lower low, it doesn't matter because we're still holding this specific support. And remember what I told you, if we have a few days like this bouncing around, we should be absolutely fine. Now this the actual resistance that we have is bang on here. So you see we have a resistance here, and the pattern we hope for is something like this. This is what we hope for, okay, that we break up and then eventually go to this level, this 50,000 level. Okay, that's what we're hoping for, right? And there's a specific reason why I said hope. Worst case scenario, because we're too close here, we can come back down here. And if we do come back down here, we are safe. So we are looking at this 44. I know you were talking about this 44. Yes, I mean, as long as we can hold this support line here, then we're fine. Okay, and then we can obviously attempt to go there maybe next week or the week after. Because what we don't want to do is have these candles shooting all the way up, because then we don't create enough, what's going on? Brother, I'm not sure if you're watching. I can't answer your messages right now because I'm actually on a live stream. So yeah, this is the situation we've got right now, basically. So we won't be able, if we come down here and we need to hold this support, then we're still bullish. If we bounce and we go back up again, we're still bullish. However, if we don't, right, and we say, for example, we come down here, all of a sudden, we're here right now, and we break down, and we come here and we break down even further, then this would be our last technical support for us to be bearish, right? So after this, if we break this line, we should start becoming bearish. But as long as we can hold this support line, right, so if we do break down and we spend next week or something on this line and then come back up again, this is good. There's no harm in that, but most likely scenario, what seems like, right, and this is just me being very optimistic here, looks like we're going to basically probably do this next week, right? I think Sunday we're going to close around here, but it doesn't mean it's bearish, and then I think we're just going to shoot up again. Cup and handle on BTC chart, we need to go to 42 to complete a handle. No, we don't have to. A cup and handle, this is again miscommunication. A cup and handle, right, what you're looking at, okay, someone's trying to show you, again, probably God knows what kind of time frame they're showing it, right? So if you look at a daily, right, someone's going to say, oh, this is a cup and handle, right? Let me show you what I mean. Someone's going to say, oh, this is a cup and handle, this is a, someone might say this. It's just being subjective, right? When we're talking about longer time frames, right? For example, when we go on this and we go weekly and we take these drawings off for a second, right? I'll show you. When I do the auto, right, someone could easily say, well, this is a whole big cup. It doesn't matter. It's very subjective. It's very subjective. There's no such thing, by the way, we have to go to 42 to create the handle. No, it doesn't work like that. We can actually have, let me show it here for you. Actually, let me find another chart just to show it to you. I'll come back to this chart. Let me use this chart. No, this is a different chart I need. Okay, this one here. We can use this chart, right? Let's move on the daily. Let's put this here. So a cup could happen from here to here. It doesn't matter. It can go all the way up here and create this handle. It doesn't matter. Or, and listen to this carefully, right? Or we can have a cup forming literally here, and this could be the handle, and we could be shooting already up. You see what I mean? So it's very subjective. It depends where someone puts it. But remember, when you look at cup and handle, one of the best examples of a cup and handle is actually on Ethereum. Watch this. You're going to say, wow, when you see this. One of the best examples of a cup and handle I have seen to date is this here, for example. Let's put it on a weekly to show you better. Look at this. This is one of the best cup and handles that we've ever seen, right? So as you can see here, it's a very good example. You look here, you can see that cup there, and this was the handle, little dip, and then this is when we shoot off, right? So this is a very, very good example. On BTC, sadly, it's very subjective. As I said, you can use all of this. Some people will make a candle cup here, some people will make it from here, other people might take it all the way from here. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, right? Cup and handles do not form, the best ones do not form over a few minutes to a few hours and this and that. I know some people might even take a few hourly candles, right? Let's delete this, for example. I'll show you what I mean. They'll take a few hourly candles and say, oh, this is what's going on. Well, no, not entirely, right? If you look carefully, not entirely. A few hours, for example, people are just trying to make patterns, which is okay. Listen, they're all welcome to make their own patterns, but do you see a cup and handle here? The only cup and handle, if we did see one, is actually a bigger one. So let me put on a daily or a weekly to show you. Right, technical cup and handle would be this one here, from here to here, and this is the handle already, so we've already pumped. So I hope this is going to make sense to you, right? So it doesn't matter. I mean, there's no point looking at these kind of things, and what we need to look at is currently, right? Nothing. Cup and handle, triangle, ascending, descending, wedge, WMs, nothing matter. Let me explain this to you. Right now, absolutely nothing matters. The only thing that matters, and I'm going to show it to you here on this candle here. This specific candle, this red candle, go on a weekly and look at this red candle. This is the only candle standing in our way to go all the way up, or going here, finding resistance and coming down. If you look carefully, these two candles had technically combined the biggest number of volume going down. Massive amounts of liquidations, massive amounts of everything. If we do not go above this and create a higher high, we're in trouble. This is that $58,000 level. If we do not create one higher than this, we're in trouble. We could easily get rejected from here. I hope you understand. Right now, look at us. We're finding rejection at this $46,000, $47,000 level. And this is this candle. We're literally trying to break above this candle. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So we can stay bullish and positive. Oh, we might expect a 1 week down or something. This is all good. But this candle is standing in the way right now. And then when we got to the 58 level, this candle is standing on the way. You see what I mean? Because this is how far it took it down. We need to take it back up above this one candle, right? So, right now, believe me, every pattern that we want to see, right? When we're looking at patterns, when we're looking at patterns, we're looking at, wedge and this and that. We've all done all of those. Those patterns are all great. Those are short-term patterns, right? But the big patterns that we need to see is these weekly patterns, these monthly patterns. Look at this on a monthly, right? Even on a monthly, that $58,000 level is what's basically giving us issues. Does that make sense to you? Do you understand how important this 58 level is? Not the 65. Forget the 65. That was just a story. This is the fact. This $58,000 level, right? If you look carefully, I'll show you. Because the body is the most important part. That's your fact. All right. Everything else is basically look at this. This specific level here, this $59,000 level, right? This candle here, we had 58,000, say 59,000 here, was the fact here. And when you look carefully, if I delete it and if I put it carefully on this one, and I'll try and make it larger so you all can see what I'm talking about, right? Let's make this as large as possible. Let's put one specifically here. Look, this is that $58,000 level I'm talking about. And this is that $59,000 level I'm talking about. Look, do you see what I'm trying to say now? So unless we break this candle, we don't change anything. Does that make any sense to you? Right? Troy. Yeah, that's fine, bro. No worries. I think most of the people already know about Troy. We're already on it, I think. It doesn't matter about Coinbase. I'm sure we stacked it 6 months ago. But anyway, thank you for letting us know anyway, coming to the video. I appreciate that, no worries. But yeah, we're talking about Bitcoin here right now. So let's go continue on Bitcoin, all right, what we see. So you see this level here. The wick is a story, the body is the fact, and the fact is that that $58,000 level, right, even on a monthly, is what's giving us grief, is what I'm afraid of, right? So listen, this is a warning to you all. I'm telling you right now, if we do not break above this one candle, we're still in danger, right? You know, here on the weekly, you can see it's almost the same thing. This $58,000 level, if we do not break above this, we are in danger. Does that make any sense to you, right? So this is why I'm specifically observing, okay, monthly maybe not as 100%, but specifically observing these levels here, specifically observing this level here, right? Because nothing is a coincidence, right? When you look at this $58,412 level, you can see this is where we need to go. If one of this candle broke above this, we would have continued the market previously, but we didn't. You know, this was just the high we did, but we didn't close that candle. On a weekly, we closed a weekly candle on 60,000, even though we went to 64. Do you see what I mean? So the fact for a week is completely different to fact for a day, right? So that's very important for us right now. And as you can see here, you know, you don't make this up. This is just, you know, unbelievable where you've come to here and look where you're finding resistance. It's because of these levels here. This is exactly why you're finding that resistance. Once we break above, smash through this and close a body above this line, then we change this momentum and we're still continuing. Okay, so coming back to your question about, you know, what was it, $50,000, I think it was. This one here, let's go back to daily. Talking about $50,000, are we going to get there? As I said, look, this is the pattern. This is what we're playing right now. Okay, we do have a likelihood of coming down even further, maybe testing this as our support and moving back up. So on a weekly, I want to look at a weekly and I'll show you again. Look, the longer the time, the stronger the data, right? Okay, remember this, right? So the longer the time we spend. So when we're looking at this weekly, we can see we're holding this line perfectly, right? We're finding resistance here on a weekly. Remember, we're finding resistance here on a weekly, and when you look at the daily, you can see slightly different data, but also here, look, this is holding as support. So even though you can see that this is where we are, this is holding support here on a daily, but on a weekly, you can see it is actually finding support, but this is the resistance. Does that make sense to you? So it's slightly different data, but this is good. This is good. That means we went as high as this on a daily, but on a weekly we're holding this, and that gives us weekly higher highs, which is fine. There's not an issue. You know, can we open next week and be higher than this, or are we going to be lower? That's the key right now. Okay, so very important to observe. And your question, are we going to see a bounce? We will. The 50K is still in play because here we don't really have much traffic. Okay, we don't really have much traffic. The biggest problems we're going to have is here. So short term, we might see us come down here and this and that. It doesn't matter. Remember, I told you, as long as we don't break below this particular $42,000 level, we shouldn't really worry in the short term. Okay, it should be fine. And then if we're looking at the longer time, right, and I talked about this, right, longer time, we've got this particular area here, which is the 40,000. That will make me worried. If we go to 40,000, I'll be worried. I'll be honest with you. You know, for a couple of weeks, couple of months, I'll definitely be worried about this, right? Because short term, definitely be worried. But here, as long as we can stay above this is nothing. As long as we can stay above the 42, we're fine. I'm still confident. I'll be a little bit worried, but I'll still be confident. But as long as we can hold this line, if we can hold this 43,774 randomly, this is not specific, by the way, guys, but as long as we can hold this particular trend line, we're fine. Okay, in my opinion, we're absolutely fine. So let's see what happens. Let's see. The biggest question today is, and we know it's going to be a higher high on the weekly. So we know it's definitely going to be a higher high. So we've got zero issues here. But let's hope and see if we can close this candle on this line or maybe above, right? If we can make this into a green candle by the end of the night, like in UK, it will be about 1 a.m. If we can make that time, Awesome, awesome. So that should be the one we were looking for. Ethereum I was looking at as well. Ethereum's been doing fantastic as well. Let's go back to the daily and you can see brilliant. Again, same thing. Look at this. You know, support, resistance. You know, look at this. It's just beautiful. Support and resistance, right? Resistance, support, resistance, support. It's just unbelievable how this trend line is holding. So again, we're bouncing off this. Once we do this, we might do a complete 360, like the way we did the other day. Remember the other day we ended up doing this. You know, we were expecting the market to go down and it didn't. So we can even all of a sudden see a flip like this and hit that next target that we have, right? And once we hit that target, then obviously we've got the new target. As you can see, each time we move up, we actually do other targets as well. So that should be really, really awesome. Market, this is bullish. Like when you look at this wicks, these are the stories. Market is still being bullish. Even though these are red candles, we're still very bullish. You know, we're still going towards them. We're going to face a lot of resistance. It's absolutely fine. Absolutely fine, guys. Absolutely fine. So yeah, so far so good. So far so good. I really don't have much to say on this actually, you know, because the thing is we know what the Bitcoin needs to do. We know we've had all of this long streak here, a few days down, long streak here, a few days down, long streak here. Can we expect a few more days down? Absolutely, guys. Absolutely. You know, so it's not always green candles. You know, it's not always green candles. But the more calm and the more patient you are, and the more how would I say this, disciplined you are, right, is the key. So when you're entering, you understand the risk. That's your, you know, so you already understood the risk. You already understood that, okay, it might go down. You're fine. Also, you know, when you're calm and you say, okay, this is a pattern we accept, right? We expect, we know that if nothing goes straight, we have to see patterns that form like this on the way up. That is the key for us to succeed. Those are the things that you need to actually observe and see what's going on, right? Looking at the market cap, 1.96. Guys, 1.96, you can almost say 1.97. Absolutely fine. I mean, look at this. We're only 1% down in 24 hours. Nothing, guys, nothing, right? This is nothing. You see what I mean? And it's still looking positive. So far, looking positive. So I'm not concerned about it. I see very good. Only thing I do see that is concerning is this volume, $106 billion volume. You know, that's the kind of stuff that annoys me when I see low volume, because that means, oh, the market is not going anywhere. But look at this, 71 yesterday. Brilliant. You're welcome, bro. You're welcome. Can you talk about Tron, please? They're just done a gaming deal with NFTs. Oh, bro, Tron, I don't know what to say. You know what? Don't get me started on Tron. I'll be honest with you. I have no idea what Justin Lee's doing. Do you even know how many projects there are on Tron? He's a friend of CZ, we do know that. But Tron, my God, there's nothing Tron doesn't do, right? Tron crypto, hold on. There's nothing Tron doesn't do. I'll be honest with you. Hold on one second. Right, there is absolutely nothing Tron doesn't do. Tron does gambling, Tron does games, Tron does anything you bring out, right? Tron wants to do it, right? Or there's someone there, Tron is doing it, decentralize the web, right? It's something there. And for me, I don't see anything here. Honestly, I just don't see anything. Will Tron ever go to $1? I don't know, bro, right? There's so many different, it's just, I don't even know what's pumping Tron. I mean, there are people out there making money on Tron, but most of the Tron protocols and games are gambling. They've always been gambling. It's like the biggest gambling place you can go to. You know, they got a little bit of legitimacy because USDT and USDC is now also available on Tron. But that's about it. Does it have a future? I don't know. I don't know. There's nothing I can talk about it because for me, you know, Tron is just always been a massive, big scam, right? Because I don't understand what they provide, what kind of utility they have, right, other than basically being the biggest gambling platform out there, right? I just don't understand. Block's operating system that aims to assure this technology is suitable for daily use, whereas in Bitcoin can handle up to 6 transactions per second. Listen, I don't want to know about what Bitcoin does and what Bitcoin doesn't. It was the first. Let's leave it there, right? You know, everyone likes to compare. They talk about dApps, right? We talk about Tron dApps. So if we go into Tron dApps or something like this, let's see, Tron crypto dApps. Most of the time, Daps radar. You'd probably end up finding so many different scams there. It's just unbelievable. Mars S24, whatever. Let's see. Just Swap. Okay, there's one. Just Swap on Tron. That's the balance. Number of users. Volume 26 million. It's these. I don't know what to say. Right. Tron Sun. You know. I don't know. Tron India. Just land. Come on. Somebody tell me something. I don't know about, you know what, I can't say anything about Tron, right? I just don't know, because, you know, the first smart wearable, and I really, honestly, when it comes to Tron, I don't know. I'm being honest with you completely, because it's just, there's nothing there. And everything's a copy. Everything's a complete brand new copy of everything else. I mean, most of these, that's what they're doing. They're not unique at all. So, I don't know. I mean, look, all I can say to you, if you do want, you know, no financial advice, buy $100 worth and leave it. Forget it. It's one of those coins. You just buy it and you assume you lost everything, unless it kind of succeeds one day. Then we'll talk about it. But for now, I see value being created from pumps and marketing, but I just don't see any utility. I just see people going into these protocols and losing money. That's all I see. It's a gambling site. These are gambling sites. It's just, I mean, even here, DAP radar, obviously, that's not even showing it. I don't even know where to check. What does Tron do? It's just one of those. Is that I'm gonna have to spend a day looking at what Tron does, because I gave up on Tron so long ago. So, yeah, bro, everyone's doing a gaming deal with NFTs, bro. If you go to CoinMarketCap, forget them making a deal with anybody. I talked about this. Look, press the NFT button and look how many assets some of these projects have. And remember, there's 276 now. Look at this. We can go right to the end, right? It doesn't matter who it is, right? So almost 276, right? You can see everybody's making a deal with somebody. What's an NFT? Somebody explain to me, what is an NFT when you make a deal? A JPEG, a PNG, a GIF, a video? You know, I mean, we know that we saw the best example, $150,000 for a rock. You know, so you don't need to make a deal, bro. You can literally take a picture of a rock and sell it, and you're gonna get money from it if someone finds value. That's what NFTs become right now. I talked about it. So yeah, I mean, Tron's just a copycat. That's all I'm going to leave. Only good thing they did do was they bought BitTorrent token. Again, messed it up. They really need to sort their act out and actually become a proper crypto project, not just play around, muck about, and, you know, create all sorts of scam projects, right? That's what I call them, because they're all scam projects, by the way. You go in, you bet, you lose money. Pure scam, all algorithmically done. You're always going to lose money. So anybody who's creating a Tron protocol is always going to win, and you, the user, is always going to lose, unless you just hold the Tron token. Then it's a different story. So I'm not going to really go deep into this, honestly, because I can go on, and, you know, as I said, don't get me started. Right, some of these projects just don't get me started, honestly. But yeah, other than that, guys, there's not really much to say, actually. So yeah, just watch the market, see where it takes us, and see what it does. I'll be honest with you, just observe, you know, and if we do see a 1 or 2 days down, it should be fine. I wouldn't be really bothered about it. You know, Ethereum also looking good as well. So today is a good day for us. Today's a good day. It's Sunday. We've only got a few hours left until the market closes. Actually, I can check how long we got. We've got 9 hours left until the market closes. So once the market closes, you know, as long as we're above, we should be fine, guys. We should be fine. So yeah, really nothing else to say here, actually, because, you know, like, people always talk about, like, you know, what's going to happen. I'm not even bothered looking down. I'm just looking up, and I'm just like, okay, you know, if we have a situation, where would our situation taken us from where we were? We're down here. We've come all the way down here. Actually, no, this is wrong. My bad. It should be here, right? It should be here. And if we just do this, basically, we can see that, yes, we broke down through the 618 level, which is indicating that we are going to come down here probably, right? This is indicating we might come down here, because remember, whenever we go below the 618 level, we're bound to go a few levels below. We already tried it. We already come down to almost a 236. We might even come all the way down here. So that's all I can say. But on the upside, that 49,963 is still in play, guys. So yeah, other than that, like, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you on another one. As I say, it's one of those, sometimes you just got to sit back and watch Netflix or something, and just go do something else. Just don't observe the market every day, because sometimes, you know what, it will get to you. You don't need that. Honestly, you just don't need that. You know the price, you know the targets, stick to those, and then just basically continue with this. Like right now, we know our target for us is to basically get into this $50,000 level, and we can see this on this particular chart here. We want to get above, we want to get to this 1618 level. We're fine, we're super solid. That's what we're observing, that's what we want to do. It might take a few days, absolutely fine, absolutely fine. We just got to be patient, let Bitcoin do its thing, and we'll get there. We'll get there. So if you have any other questions or anything, guys, let me know. Other than that, like, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you on another one very, very soon. Adios, my amigos.